In the first lesson of this introduction course, I focused on why you need to start thinking seriously about getting all or part of your business on the internet. And I also shared with you the 7 big benefits that internet-based businesses have over traditional offline businesses. In this second lesson of the course, I'm going to be focusing on the 7 major types of online businesses you can start. If you're thinking of starting a new business or moving all or part of your business on the internet, these are the 7 options you have to choose from. In this lesson, I'll start by revealing the size of the market and demand in each business area, and then I'll share at least 2 success stories of real entrepreneurs who are doing interesting things and earning significant amounts of income from each type of business. And then to help balance the arguments, I'm going to show you 2 easy sides and 2 hard sides of each type of business, so you can make the right decision about which type of business to choose. So before I go ahead, I need to remind you that this course comes with a special free bonus. The bonus contains answers to the 10 most commonly asked questions about starting an online business. The questions range from what exactly it takes to find success online, to how to handle the technology side, to the best types of online businesses to start, and other interesting questions. All you have to do to get this free special bonus is 2 things. The first is to share this course with your friends on social media using the share buttons below this lesson. And the second thing you need to do to qualify for this bonus is finish all the 3 lessons in this course. And in the 3rd lesson, I'll show you exactly how to download the free resource. So for now, let's get started with the 7 major types of online businesses that exist and from which you can choose one to start. The first major type of online business that exists is online courses. Now, in 2015, the online education market was worth $107 billion. By 2018, it had reached $155 billion. Global research giant Research and Markets projects the fast-growing online education market could be worth up to $350 billion by 2025. So with such a huge demand for learning and information, this is definitely one of the fastest growing markets in the world right now. It is clear the global education industry is moving online. Elite schools like Harvard, Stanford, and MIT now deliver courses and distance learning programs over the internet. Companies and corporate organizations are moving their training schools online, and even celebrities like actors, chefs, musicians, experts, and writers now have their own online courses and training schools on the internet. But guess what? It's not just schools, universities, and celebrities who are moving online. Everybody. It's anybody who has skills, knowledge, ideas, or experience to share. There are now more than 10 million online courses around the world that teach everything from how to play musical instruments, to business skills, to foreign languages, to makeup and dog training. Now, let me share with you 2 interesting success stories of people who have found interesting success with online courses. Deborah Neiman is a homesteader and self-sufficiency expert who has been raising goats for over 16 years. To supplement her income, Deborah packaged her knowledge, experience, and skills in raising goats into a bundle of online training courses targeted at people who are also involved or interested in raising goats. Now, for example, her course, Goats 101, sells for $129 at the time of producing this lesson. Her course on goat breeding and raising kids sells for $147. And she has other courses on making toxin-free soap from goat's milk and addressing copper deficiency in goats. Deborah has made thousands of dollars from her online courses, which make up 80% of her personal income, and she has students from across the world who take her courses online. So the main reason I chose this success story is because if you can make money from selling courses, online courses on raising goats, then I can't possibly imagine what kind of business idea or business you have that you think cannot be transformed into a training course, and you make money from it. So if a homesteader is making 80% of her income on the internet and she's raising goats, that should really tell you a lot about the potential of the online course market. The second success story is Stephanie Obi. Stephanie is a Nigerian entrepreneur who started out on the internet with an online training school that teaches people how to make unique fashion accessories from the popular African print fabrics known locally as Ankara. Now, following her success with her first online training courses, Stephanie has evolved into an online business coach who helps aspiring entrepreneurs to create their own online courses. She has been featured in several media channels and is fondly known as the Queen of Online Courses in Nigeria, and makes more than six figures annually in online courses. Let's now look at the easy and hard sides of online courses. One easy side is an online course leverages a skill, knowledge, experience you already have. You don't have to spend money building a product. Your skill, knowledge, or experience is the product. And once the course is ready, you can sell it as many times as you want. Another easy side is you can include your personality in an online course to make it unique and hard to copy. Nobody in the world talks like you or can teach like you. You can use that to build a signature course that will be hard for anybody to copy. Let's now look at the hard sides of online courses. There is some initial hard work that comes with building a course. You have to structure the course, you have to record it, you have to release it, and then market it. However, after the initial hard work is done, an online course can make you money for several years. Another hard part of this business is you have to be there for your students. Like any school, an online school is much more interactive, and you need to be there to answer questions, interact with your students, and help them succeed and get value from the course they paid for. Now, the second major type of online business that exists is digital books, known commonly as ebooks, electronic books. Now, the global demand for digital books, ebooks, is valued at over $15 billion. That's how much people spend buying digital books, ebooks every year. That's, and the biggest selection of the market is fiction books, and then followed by non-fiction books. The demand for ebooks is rising, especially for two reasons. The first is that digital books are easier to make than paper books. They are more accessible and more convenient for customers. You can buy and download it instantly and read the book on your device. Another big reason why the market for ebooks is growing so fast is the dominance of platforms like Amazon, Kobo, Blurb, and others that have made it easy for anyone to independently publish a book without going through a traditional publisher. So these days, you can write a book and publish it yourself, which was impossible 2 decades ago when publishers were powerful gatekeepers in the industry. Now, let's look at two success stories of entrepreneurs who have built a considerable income stream from publishing digital books. Mark Dawson is a former British lawyer turned fiction writer who has built a multi-million-dollar business by independently publishing and selling his books on the internet. Dawson sells thousands of copies of his books on Amazon and rakes in, you won't believe it, over £1 million in a year in sales from his books alone. So Dawson is just one example of hundreds of entrepreneurs who leverage e-commerce platforms like Amazon and Alibaba to distribute their books and earn a living online. I'd also like to share another success story that's close to the African continent. Flo Chinyere is a Nigerian entrepreneur. She's a chef and author of the All Nigerian Recipes cookbook, which contains the recipes of over 100 popular and specialty Nigerian dishes. Since publishing the cookbook in 2013, it has reached over 4.5 stars out of 5 stars on Amazon and has sold thousands of copies around the world, including in the US, in Spain, in Germany, Canada, Japan, and over 30 other countries. I should mention that Flo's cookbook is independently published by her and didn't have to be approved or published by a traditional publisher. So without the internet, this cookbook may have it may have been impossible to even sell thousands of copies within the country, let alone in foreign countries. But because of the internet, she's able to sell this book to Nigerians who are abroad or curious people who are interested in foreign and exotic cuisine. Now, let me talk about the easy and hard parts of getting into the digital book publishing business. The first easy part of the ebooks business is there are no printing or publishing costs. So you don't have to go through the hassle of hiring a printer or begging a publisher to publish your book like you do if it were a physical paper book. If you have a good book in your head, all you really need is a computer and access to the internet. There are a lot of tools these days that make the publishing process very easy. The second easy part is there are powerful e-commerce platforms like Amazon that make it easier for your book to be discovered and sold. You don't have to manually hawk your books to bookshops or bother about storage space for your books. Now let's talk about the hard parts. One hard part of this business is it can take time and a lot of discipline to write a good book. But the good side is you have to suffer. The good side is you only have to suffer once. After you go through the labor of writing the book, most of your income will be passive income. You don't have to do any extra work apart from the periodic sales and marketing efforts that you need to do. That's what makes ebooks a good source of passive income. Another hard part of the ebook business is you need to sell a lot of copies of your book to make a reasonable income. Ebooks are a volume business, so you need to invest time and money in your sales and marketing efforts. The third major type of online businesses that exist is virtual groups and membership clubs. So here's something interesting. White's of London was founded in the year 1693 and is one of the oldest private clubs in the world. Now, the only reason private membership clubs like this have survived for centuries is because human beings are social creatures by nature, and we like to belong to groups of people who share similar interests with us. Now, today, there are hundreds of groups and private membership clubs across the world. There are social clubs, sports clubs, business clubs, investment clubs, music and art clubs, and dozens of different types of clubs. With the growth of the internet, clubs are now moving online. More people now belong to virtual groups and online membership clubs. There are Facebook groups, there are WhatsApp groups, LinkedIn groups, and several different types of groups and membership clubs online. Some of these groups are free to join, while some groups charge monthly, quarterly, or annual dues or subscription fees to their members. So even some of the biggest companies in the world now have membership clubs. Amazon has Prime, and Prime is a paid subscription service that gives users access to exclusive services and benefits. Costco, another major retailer, has its Gold Star membership that entitles members to extra perks and benefits. And it's not just the big companies that are adopting this business model. There are hundreds of other successful virtual groups and memberships on the internet that focus on a wide range of topics and interests, from real estate investing to rock climbing to Japanese nail art to ketogenic diets and many other topics. Now, let's look at two success stories of entrepreneurs who have built a considerable income stream from virtual groups and memberships. Angle of Attack is an online training school and virtual group owned by Chris Palmer. It's an online membership group for aspiring pilots who want to learn all the knowledge they need to fly planes in the real world and pass the Federal Aviation Authority's pilot's test. Now, members of the group cover everything from aircraft controls and systems to airports and flight planning. Members also have access to a robust library of archived classes. Now, Chris charges $125 a month for membership in his online school, and there are also different payment plans for lifetime access. So you can imagine that one can pass their pilot's test for ground school, for aviation ground school, by belonging to an online membership group. This is something that may have been unthinkable before, where you may have had to travel miles to go meet the instructor at his location. Another interesting success story of virtual groups and membership clubs is Seth Rosen. Now, he's the entrepreneur behind the International Gem Society. IGS is an online membership site that connects people with world-class gemology education, pricing and buying guides, and certification courses. So it serves everyone from experienced gemstone professionals to the curious hobbyist. Now, IGS has successfully made gemstone education. Gemstone education used to be expensive, difficult, elite, and inconvenient. Now, this group makes it possible, makes it easy, accessible, and affordable to anyone who is interested in gems and precious stones and wants to learn the technical side and also enter the business side, grow a business in selling precious stones and minerals. Now, since it launched, IGS has positioned itself as the ultimate online destination for people who are serious about learning anything about the technical or business side of gemstones and precious stones. Now, let's now look at the easy and hard sides of the business of virtual groups and memberships. One easy side of memberships is they bring in recurring revenue. They bring in recurring income every month, every quarter, or every year, depending on how you charge. Because your members have to pay dues and subscription fees to access all the benefits and the content and the training you provide, the lifetime value of your customers is longer. Another easy side of virtual groups and memberships is they enable you to build long-term relationships with your clients, because you are able to provide value on an ongoing basis. So rather than have transactional relationships where you just sell for once and the next time you want the customer to buy, you have to resell, virtual groups and memberships help you to build a relationship, and you are able to benefit from that on an ongoing basis. One hard part of virtual groups is you have to continue providing content and value on a consistent, ongoing basis. It's not like a book or online course you can publish and charge a one-time price for. Because it's recurring revenue, you have to keep providing value. Another hard side of virtual groups and memberships is it requires active management and care. You have to be there to take care of your members and make sure they are getting value from their subscription, from their membership. That's because if people don't get value, they are going to cancel their subscriptions. The fourth major type of online businesses that exist is virtual consulting services. Now, around the world, consultants are paid for their knowledge, their skills, their experience, and expertise. Now, but these days, there is a wide range of consultants to choose from. Individuals hire personal coaches, companies and businesses hire business consultants, and even governments and public sector NGOs and all that, they hire public sector consultants. So according to Consultancy UK, the size of global demand for consulting services is estimated at over $250 billion. Now, with the growth of the internet, anyone with valuable knowledge, skills, experience, and expertise can sell their services to clients around the world. The internet has made it easier to find clients that are beyond your geographical location. The online consulting service industry is attracting a lot of specialists in business, software design, graphic design, and several other domains. Now, let's look at two success stories of entrepreneurs who have built a considerable income from virtual consulting services. The first is Dr. Bokrezon. Now, after working for several years as an international development consultant on projects funded by the United Nations, the European Union, and Oxfam, Dr. Haned Bokrezon started Africa Jumpstart, which is a virtual consulting service that helps entrepreneurs and investors who want to invest in Africa or export African goods and services to the USA or Europe. Now, many of Dr. Haned's clients are Africans in the diaspora, African Americans, and foreign investors or foreign entrepreneurs who want to do business on the African continent. Dr. Haned has been featured in Forbes Africa, the BBC, and Newsweek, among other international media for her work. Another interesting example of a successful virtual consulting business is Gebeya. Now, Gebeya is the Ethiopian full-service software consulting company that also outsources technology talent to businesses around the world. Gebeya was started by Amadou Daf and Hiri Emmanuel in 2016. Since then, the business has worked for several high-profile clients, and at the time of producing this lesson, Gebeya has raised $2 million in funding from investors. Let's now look at the easy and hard sides of the virtual consulting business model. One easy side is that virtual consulting allows you to make money from the knowledge, skills, and experience you already have. You don't have to produce any product, and you don't need significant capital to get started in this type of online business. Another good side of virtual consulting is it enables you to tap into an international client base rather than depend solely on clients in your city or country like most physical brick and mortar consulting businesses do. In terms of hard sides, one hard side of virtual consulting services is that it mostly produces active income where you have to exchange your time for money. And since we only have 24 hours in a day, there is a limit to how many clients you can possibly serve. Another hard side is that virtual consulting models can be difficult to scale because you're usually the face of the business, especially if you have to spend your personal time to serve clients. The fifth major type of virtual businesses that exist is software as a service, known as SaaS, or content on demand or video on demand. So 10 to 20 years ago, most software and content was sold for a fixed price. If you wanted a piece of software, you had to spend a large amount of money upfront to buy the software product. The interesting thing is, when you sell a piece of software as a product, it's usually expensive. But if you sell it as a service that people can access over the internet for a monthly fee, it becomes very affordable and convenient for most people. So according to projections by Research and Markets, the global software as a service market was valued at $134 billion in 2018. $134 billion in 2018, and is expected to grow to $220 billion by 2022. So the SaaS market is growing so fast, and almost every software company in the world now sells their software as a service and not as a standalone product. So it's not just software that's being sold as a service. Computer games, apps, and video streaming services like Netflix and Disney Plus now sell their content as an on-demand service. Let's now look at some success stories of entrepreneurs who have built a considerable income stream from selling software as a service businesses over the internet. YouLearn is an education software as a service app that helps secondary school students in West and East Africa to learn course material, practice their tests, and prepare for exams in 4 subjects: mathematics, physics, chemistry, and biology. The business was founded by Sim Shagaya, the founder of Konga, and one of Africa's most prolific internet entrepreneurs. To access and use the software, users have to pay a subscription fee and can stream the lessons over the internet. And at the time of producing this lesson, YouLesson has raised $3.1 million from investors. Another inspiring success story is Paystack. Now, Paystack is a software as a service platform that was founded by these guys, Sholam Akinlade and Ezra Olubi. So Paystack enables businesses to accept payments over the internet and has handled transactions for more than 60,000 merchants and customers. Paystack was the first Nigerian online business to be accepted in the prestigious Y Combinator program in Silicon Valley. Since it launched, the business has raised almost $10 million from investors. Another interesting success story is Iroko TV, founded by Jason Njoku. It's one of the largest libraries and streaming services for African movies. Before Iroko TV came on the scene, most African movies were sold as VCDs and DVDs. But rather than sell individual movies as products, Iroko TV allows customers to subscribe to its service and access all the movies in its catalog for a fixed monthly fee. So since the business launched, it has raised more than $40 million from investors. Now, let's look at the easy and hard sides of getting into the software as a service business. One easy part of software as a service businesses is they are a good source of recurring revenue. Because the business automatically earns income on a monthly basis from its customers, you don't always have the pressure to keep making sales. Another easy side of this kind of online business is you only have to suffer to build the core product, the core software or content once, and then benefit for the long term by charging customers to use it on a monthly basis. So maybe the additional work will be incremental work to add new features and benefits and things like that. In terms of the hard side, a software as a service business requires solid technical expertise to build and maintain. These platforms usually require experienced computer programming skills to operate successfully. Another hard side is that a software as a service business needs a strong technical support team and good and responsive customer service to take care of the complaints, the issues and challenges that are likely to come up from time to time as your customers use the software. The sixth major type of virtual businesses that exist online is online advertising assets. Now, you need to pay close attention to this. So in 2019, the world spent $304 billion on online advertising. Now, that's a lot of money. According to projections by Mordor Intelligence, the spending on online advertising is expected to reach nearly 1 trillion by 2025. In the US, for example, spending on digital advertising overtook traditional advertising in 2019. So most of the people and businesses that make money in this industry own one or more advertising assets. An online advertising asset is something that attracts a lot of readers or users on a daily basis, making it a good target for agencies, companies, organizations, and brands that want to advertise their products or services. An online advertising asset could be a blog, it could be a news or information website, it could be a directory, it could be a community forum, it could be a social media platform, it could be a podcast, an app, a YouTube channel, an email list, or any asset on the internet that attracts a lot of people who consume it, visit it, or use it on a daily basis. Let's now look at two success stories of entrepreneurs who have built a considerable income stream from advertising assets. Linda Ikeji is one of Africa's most successful internet entrepreneurs who earns a bulk of her income from advertising. Her main advertising asset is lindaikejisblog.com, a news, information, and society gossip website that attracts millions of readers from Nigeria and across the world. Linda Ikeji has earned millions of dollars from lucrative advertising deals for many of Nigeria's top brands. She has been featured by several international media, including the BBC and Forbes, which named her as one of Africa's 20 most prominent women. Bhuvan Bam is the Indian online entertainer who runs BBK Vines. Now, this is a popular YouTube channel that has over 15 million subscribers. The majority of his content is 4 to 10 minute long comedy video skits that usually have characters talking to each other, all of whom are played by Bhuvan Bam himself. So Bhuvan Bam also composes and sings his own songs, most of which are featured on the channel. And these are the things that keep bringing viewers and subscribers to his channel, which is his major online advertising asset. As of 2019, his channel had over 2 billion views and earns thousands of dollars in income on a monthly basis. Now, let's look at the easy and hard sides of getting into the online advertising business. One easy side is that online advertising is almost 100% passive income. Once you have a good online asset that attracts a lot of traffic, advertisers flock to you and pay you a premium to put their products or services or brand in front of your audience. Another easy side of online advertising is you don't have to build a product to sell to customers, since you're not making money directly from your customers. That's because advertisers will pay you for the attention of your audience. So in terms of hard parts, one hard thing about online advertising is it can take several years of consistency and hard work to build an asset that attracts the kind of traffic that will make you valuable to advertisers. Another hard part of online advertising is you may have to keep producing content on an ongoing basis to keep the assets valuable. If you don't keep working on the asset or producing fresh and interesting content, it could lose its value to your audience, and you will stop having visitors or people who come to the eyeballs that the advertisers are looking for. The seventh major type of virtual businesses that exist online is marketplaces. Now, online marketplaces, also known as e-commerce, are websites or apps that allow people to buy or sell things over the internet. These days, there are online marketplaces for physical products, digital products, and even services. There are online marketplaces for software, for artwork, for food products, for equipment, for baby products, and for several different categories. In 2019, online marketplaces around the world earned a total of 2.3 trillion in sales. That's roughly the same size as the GDP of the entire African continent. So there are basically three main types of online marketplaces that you can start. The first are business-to-business marketplaces that sell services or wholesale goods to companies and businesses. Alibaba is an example of a B2B marketplace. The second type is business-to-consumer marketplaces. They are the online equivalent of online supermarkets or shops that sell products or services to individuals. Amazon, Jumia, Takealot are examples of B2C marketplaces. The third type of online marketplace is a peer-to-peer, a P2P marketplace. These are marketplaces that connect sellers and buyers together to do business, and they make money by charging a commission. So eBay, Uber, Fiverr, Freelancer, and Airbnb are examples of P2P marketplaces. Let's now look at two success stories of entrepreneurs who have built a considerable income stream from online marketplaces. In 2006, Collis and Cyan Taid launched Envato in Australia. Envato is an online marketplace for website designers. The platform brings together buyers and sellers and enables people around the world to buy and sell website templates and themes. So people can also buy and sell royalty-free music, video footage, and code scripts. So from its recent statements, Envato makes more than 60 million in revenues, and the company is valued at more than $1 billion. So of course, Envato takes commissions from sales transactions that are completed between buyers and sellers on its platform. Another interesting example is Supermart.ng. Now, Supermart is an online marketplace for groceries and household items in Nigeria. The platform was founded by Raphael Afedo and Bolahon Fagbure, and both of them used to work for Jumia, arguably the biggest online marketplace in Africa. So Supermart.ng sells everything from fresh vegetables to food ingredients to household essentials and drinks. The platform targets busy professionals and people who don't have the time or patience to do their own shopping. And during the coronavirus pandemic, orders on Supermart significantly increased as a result of the lockdown and restrictions on human movement. So let's now look at the easy and hard sides of the online marketplace business. One easy side is you don't have to bother about renting or leasing space or buildings for your retail outlets. Because your storefront is on the internet, you'll be saving a lot of money on overheads. However, while you don't have to bother about getting space for the front end of your business, you may need to invest in storage and warehousing space, especially if you sell physical products in your online marketplace. But if you sell digital products or services, you're very likely to have zero overhead. Another easy side is you don't have to sell your own products or services. If you're a two-sided marketplace, all you have to do is connect buyers and sellers and charge a commission for facilitating the trade. In terms of hard sides, one common challenge with online marketplaces is the logistics part of moving goods to customers, especially if you deal in physical products or services. Another hard side is the slim margins that are common with online marketplaces, especially if you only earn income from taking commissions on trades between a buyer and seller. And if you sell physical products or services, the e-commerce business is notorious for being barely profitable. So there are very slim margins and you need to push a lot of volume, which is not surprising why many e-commerce businesses crash after a few years, because they are not able to maintain sufficient cash flows. Amazon, for example, the biggest e-commerce store in the Western Hemisphere, only declared a profit after 7 years in business. So the hard side of the online marketplaces, especially those that sell physical products or services, is you need to deal with very slim margins. So in this lesson, I've showed you the 7 major types of virtual online businesses you can start. If you're going to move all or part of your business on the internet, these are the options you have. I've shown you real entrepreneurs who have found successes in each of these types of businesses. I've also shared the easy and hard sides of each one, so you know what to expect and make an informed decision. In the next lesson, which is the third and final lesson in this introduction course series, I'll show you something very important. In the next lesson, I'll show you the 6 important steps you need to take to build a virtual business that works for you. If you miss any of these 6 steps or make a mistake in any of them, you could be wasting all your time, effort, and money in building an online business that's unlikely to succeed. Don't forget, for those of you who share this free introduction course with your friends and finish all the 3 lessons in this course, I have a very useful bonus for you, a very special one. At the end of this 3-part course, you'll be able to download this free special guide that answers in detail 10 of the most common questions people ask before they start an online business. Everything from how long it realistically takes to find success online, to how to handle the technology side, to the best types of online businesses to start, and other interesting questions. All you have to do to get this free special bonus is to share this course with your friends and finish the 3 lessons in this course. So if you enjoyed this lesson, this is the time to use any of the social media buttons below this video to share this course with your smart friends and the people you care about. Share it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, WhatsApp, or any platform you're active on. By helping somebody find this free course, you could be changing their life. Also, I need you to do something. Head over to the comment section below this video and tell me which of the 7 types of online businesses I showed you in this lesson you're most interested in and why. If your comment is interesting and engaging, I'll respond to your comment with some tips and advice. See you in the final lesson. See you in lesson 3. Cheers.